How to use Barclay card abroad. If you're heading abroad and want a hassle-free and secure way to pay, just throw your Barclay card in your wallet. It's got all the cool stuff like fraud protection and a safety net for emergency cash, so you're good to go no matter where your adventures take you. Currency conversion. When you make a purchase abroad in the local currency, the transaction and non-sterling transaction fee are converted into sterling using the payment scheme's exchange rate on that day. The sterling amounts are added together and divided by the original currency payment amount to determine the new exchange rate, which includes the fee. Fees for using your card. Abroad, non-sterling purchase fee of 2.99% is applied every time you use your card for purchases abroad. If you withdraw foreign currency using your card, a cash transaction fee of 2.99%, minimum fee of £2.99 is charged. Note: check your card's terms and conditions, as some exceptions may apply to specific card types. Interest-free period. You could have up to 56 days interest-free on purchases and cash withdrawals in the local currency made while abroad. The number of interest-free days depends on your Barclay card statement cycle and the date of your transaction. Ensure you pay each monthly statement in full to make the most of the interest-free period. Exemptions from 2.99% purchase fee. The 2.99% purchase fee may not apply if you have certain Barclay card types: Barclays Infinite, Barclay Card Platinum Travel, Barclay Card Platinum Cashback Plus, or Barclay Card Rewards. Some promotional offers might also exempt you from this fee. Dynamic currency conversion. Some overseas retailers may offer dynamic currency conversion, allowing you to pay in sterling. While this avoids the transaction fee, be cautious as retailer exchange rates might be less competitive than Visa or MasterCard rates. You can choose to pay in the foreign currency and pay the fee to ensure a more competitive exchange rate. Cash withdrawal limit. The cash withdrawal limit from ATMs abroad is the same as your UK daily limit, and it is in the local currency. Check your latest statement for details on your specific limit. Contactless payments. You can make contactless payments abroad wherever you see the contactless symbol. Clarification on 2.99%. Charge. The 2.99% charge is the non-sterling purchase fee applied when using your card abroad. If you withdraw foreign currency, a cash transaction fee of 2.99%, minimum fee of £2.99, is charged. Exemptions apply to certain card types and promotional offers. Remember to stay informed about your specific card's terms and conditions, as well as any promotional offers that may affect fees and charges. Alright, picture this. You're using your Barclays Visa debit card abroad, buying cool stuff, or grabbing some cash from an ATM. Now, when you make a purchase, the bank uses the exchange rate from Visa for that day to convert your spending into good old British pounds, GBP. Usually, these rates are decent, with just a little extra added on top. But here's the thing. If you ever get asked if you want to pay in GBP instead of the local currency, they call this dynamic currency conversion, or DCC, just say no. It might sound convenient, but it's a bit of a trick. When you opt for DCC, you're basically letting the foreign place set their own not-so-great exchange rate, and you end up paying more than you should. Stick to paying in the local currency, trust me. Now let's talk fees. First up, there's the non-sterling transaction fee that Barclays slaps on. It's like a little cut they take for handling the exchange. Plus, if you're pulling cash from an ATM that's not part of the global alliance, Barclays throws in another £1.50 fee. Oh, and heads up, some ATMs or banks might sneak in their own charges, so watch out for those. If you're rocking a credit card on your trip, it's kinda similar. You still deal with exchange rates and fees, but now you gotta think about interest too. Paying your bill at the end of the month is key to avoid extra charges. And hey, some credit cards have cool offers, giving you a grace period where your purchases are interest-free. Debit cards versus credit cards abroad. So if you're more of a card person when you're jet-setting, whether it's a debit or credit card depends on your style. If you're all about swiping and not so much into cash, a debit card is the way to go. The fees for using it overseas are usually friendlier. But if you think you might need to spread the holiday expenses over time, a credit card lets you do that. Just keep in mind, you might have to deal with some extra interest. The bonus, though, is that credit cards usually come with better security. Your purchases are watched like a hawk, and you're more likely to get help if there's some dodgy business going on. Just remember to hang on to those receipts and give your card statements a once-over. Let's say you're living the holiday dream in Vienna and spot this fantastic boutique find for €100 that you just have to have. Easy peasy, right? You whip out your trusty Barclays credit card, ready to make the purchase. First off, your pounds get transformed into euros, and luckily, Barclays doesn't hit you with an extra exchange rate on top of the MasterCard or Visa rate. So, you're looking at around £87.75 on your statement instead of the mid-market rate of £87.91. Not too shabby, you might think. But wait, the plot thickens. Barclays decides to throw in a 0.0299 foreign exchange fee. Blink, and suddenly your final bill jumps to £90.70, about 0.0317 more than what seems fair. No biggie, you might think, just a few quid difference. But here's the kicker. This fee dance happens every time you swipe that card, and it starts adding up quicker than you'd expect. Now, let's talk cash. You figure you need a bit more cash to keep the good times rolling, so you decide to withdraw €1,000. Boom, you're hit with the MasterCard or Visa exchange rate, plus that 0.0299 foreign exchange fee, totaling £26.28. Still with me? Brace yourself, because there's another 0.0299 fee on the remaining amount, slapping on an extra £27.07. Put it all together, and the grand conversion on your bank statement is a jaw-dropping £932.42. That's £54.62 more than if you had a magic wand for a fair exchange. Moral of the story? Those seemingly innocent fees can sneak up on you faster than you can say, "Is this really worth it?" Here are a few tips while using Barclays cards abroad. Check and update contact information. Regularly check and update your contact details with the bank. Ensure the correct phone number is on record, as it will be used for communication in case of suspicious activity. Have a secondary card. Carry a backup debit or credit card in case of issues with your main card. Having a secondary card provides a safety net if your primary card is lost, stolen, or faces any problems. Keep some cash on hand. Always carry a small amount of local currency for situations where cards may not be accepted. Cash is useful in emergencies or in places with limited card acceptance. Be mindful of account activity. Be aware of your account activity to detect any unauthorized transactions promptly. Inform the bank if you notice any suspicious activity and report a lost or stolen card immediately. Monitor spending with apps. Use financial management apps to monitor and track your spending while abroad. Apps can help you keep a close eye on your expenses in real time, especially when dealing with different currencies. Set daily spending limits. Consider setting daily spending limits on your card to control your expenses. This helps prevent unintentional overspending and ensures financial discipline during your trip.